Next is from while we're doing that. Next is from Juan Unda, and the subject is Russo, Cornette, and Bischoff too honest. Dear K100 crew, Eric Bischoff sent his podcast not too long ago. He's very direct, and that gets him mega heat. Jim Cornette is known to be pretty blunt, and Russo doesn't hold back his opinions either. Do you believe the reason they all hate each other is because they're allegedly so similar? The best, and that's from the Jersey Rican Juan Unda. P.S. I'm not on Patreon, so that show I sent in. Never heard your verdict. My manager want to know if I'm wasting my time on a pipe dream.
So join Patreon.
Get on Patreon. We're not giving you for free.
Right.
Give up your $5.
Right.
What a cheapskate.
Eric Bischoff is from the Midwest. Jim Cornette is from the South. Vince Russo is from the Northeast. They were all three brought up on different style of professional wrestling in different territories and everything, and they just do not. They're just all oil and water. Like they just do not have this. All three of them had decidedly different personalities, but they're not similar at all. Neither of them. They're just completely different people. Would you agree with that?
Well, they definitely are different. He's definitely a New Yorker, and every true blue New Yorker and everything that implies. The other guy's definitely a Southerner and everything that implies. But I don't know the real reason they all don't like each other. I think Cornette's never liked Russo for a long time, but I'm not sure why. You would probably know better than me.
Well, they wrote together back in New York, and they didn't get along. They argued.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think Eric thought that Vince was full of when he was in WCW, and he was in his as good as I think he thought he got sold a bad bill of goods. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That he came from New York. You're supposedly this really bright guy that did all this stuff, and then when he got there, but you also got to remember when Vince got to WCW, a lot of guys were not listening to him because they were like Eric Bischoff's boys.
Right.
So he had a lot of guys just going against the grain.
Yeah.
So it's very hard for him to get done.
Right, but definitely all three completely different personalities. So.
Yeah. Yo, what up? This is Konnan, and I host Keeping It 100, my co-host, Disco Inferno, unfortunately.
Well, I'd say you're my co-host.
Listen, every Thursday here on Spreaker, we talk pro wrestling, sports, movies, music, TV, pop culture, and some politics. It's everything the rest of the pro wrestling podcasts are not.
Tune in to hear myself, the superior one, educate and inform.
Tune in to hear me bury Disco.
That's very disrespectful.
Join us every Thursday on Spreaker and keep it 100. Boom!